In Australia and many other rich and developed countries of the world, it is very easy to ignore how humongous of an issue our individual and collective waste production is. Every day we fill the bins in our houses. When they're full, we empty them into our bigger bins outside, and then once a week these bins are emptied by rubbish trucks that take our waste to the outskirts of our communities, where we don't have to look at them. Problem dealt with, right? Wrong! Estimates say that the amount of waste taken to landfills each year in Australia would cover the entire state of Victoria when spread out. That's only each year. While picking up rubbish or sorting it into the right bins does make a difference, most of our efforts should be focused on reducing the amount of waste we produce in the first place. The average Aussie produces around 1.5 tonnes of waste per year. A lot of this waste doesn't need to go to landfill if we just think more creatively and upcycle. Here are just a few ideas to help you get started. Can you remember your very first toothbrush? How about the one after that? Or the one you used as a 12-year-old? I highly doubt it. But despite thoughts of these toothbrushes leaving us as soon as we chuck them in the bin, they're still out there right now, probably in a very similar form to how you threw them out all those years ago. Maybe under years' worth of rubbish in a Sydney landfill, maybe floating around the ocean, or washed up on the shoreline somewhere. They will survive much longer than their owners, but their longevity can be used to our advantage. How about instead of chucking them out, we use them to clean the mould off our tiles? That way we reduce the amount of plastic waste we send to landfill while cleaning our house simultaneously. Win-win.
In Australia, 7.6 million tonnes of food is lost or wasted every year, and while 70% of this food is still perfectly edible, 1 in 6 Australian adults haven't had enough to eat in the last year. On top of this, 1.2 million children have gone hungry during the same period. Globally, as many as 811 million people were affected by hunger in 2020, a number expected to rise sharply due to COVID-19. Nearly 1 in 3 people in the world did not have access to adequate food in 2020. While worldwide hunger continues to rise, an estimated 1/3 of food produced is lost or wasted, equaling around 1.3 billion tonnes of food wasted. This means the resources used in food production are also wasted.
City Journal found that in Melbourne, in 30 minutes of one afternoon, a bubble tea store served 48 plastic cups. High demand of bubble tea has led to significant increase in production of plastic waste. Approximately 242 million tonnes of global plastic waste has been generated, which was 12% of the global municipal solid waste. According to National Geographic, 6.3 million tonnes of plastic never made it to a recycling bin and ended up as waste.
Most of us have old iPhones just sitting in a drawer collecting dust. Some with cracked screens and broken parts, and others that are just old because we've got new iPhones. But some people throw them away, and that's what we call e-waste. And e-waste is responsible for 70% of all toxic waste across the globe. To further that, 20 to 50 million metric tons of e-waste are disposed of worldwide every year. That's equivalent to throwing away 800 laptops every second. Now, if we were to just recycle 1 million laptops, that saves the energy equivalent to the electricity used by 3,657 homes in a year. And it's sad to say, but only 12.5% of e-waste is currently recycled worldwide. Meet Daisy, who was designed back in 2018 by Apple, one of the biggest technology companies across the globe. Daisy can disassemble all devices made by Apple and recycle the parts. She can take apart the screens, the batteries, the cameras, and the chips inside all devices, which are then used to create new Apple products or refurbish old products.
The goal of this video is to alert viewers to how much waste we as a society and as individuals produce, and to encourage people to come up with creative ways to address this issue and upcycle. No change is too small to make a difference.